Andy, you're actually really an idiot. And Noah, you you've never had it together. You've always had issues. Sad. And I'm like, come on through, Corky. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie? Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Star. This is season 2, episode 15. Like I said, Noah's always had issues, more than we knew. And Andy is an asshole, a complete asshole. But anyway, so there's this whole thing that comes up about Noah going, there was a company that was actually looking at him to be basically a brand ambassador and all of this, but they wanted to see him perform. So they ended up getting him a booking to go ahead and go down and perform in New Orleans, but it was during Gay Pride. Well, he had a whole issue with this. He had a whole issue with it. Just the whole gay thing, and we didn't get it really at first. Like, well, like, what's your issue? And Carlotta told him, you got a lot of girls that like you got a lot of boys that like you. Everybody understands that. Everybody knows that when you go into the business, that whole little homophobic thing doesn't work. It doesn't work, especially if you're a crooner or a rapper or all these things. If you're a sex symbol, you got a large gay following too. That you need to not offend these people. I mean, you don't have to engage, you don't have to go be gay, but you have to be aware that you have these fans and treat them decent. So Noah's like gonna have a whole problem with this. I said, oh boy, I said, this is not gonna be good for you, Noah. And especially when we're looking at endorsement deals and things like that. You need to keep your mouth shut, go over there and grin and smile for the camera and keep it the fuck moving. Like Tank does. But anyway, so that's the whole thing going on. Then all while this is going on, Onna ends up coming in. She's back. Here she's standing in. She's coming in for her father because her father got drawn up on sexual allegations. And so she's being brought in to basically save things. And it looks good to have a woman there. Real convenient, Pops. Real convenient. But whatever. But this is her second chance to try to make something of her fizzled career. She comes in. She had a little pushback from Carlotta. Carlotta told her, I thought you were better than this. She's like, whatever. You know how much of a hard time I was having. I got to come back. And it also gives her time to get back at some of these sons of bitches that have done her wrong. Speaking Hyle and Maurice. She come right in the door. Right in the door, threatening Maurice's position from the door. Let him know you have done nothing since I've been gone. Nothing. You gonna do something, or we gonna have a little chat. I said, okay. Hyle, she like, really? You the one to snitch to my dad on me? Was it really worth it? Cause where did it get you? Told him you're off the tour right now. You're not gonna be with the tour. You go find something else to do. I said, oh, all right, So got all that going on over there. Cotton is finally meeting with Jaden, her little boy, and they get there. The mother shows up. She has the little boy with her. Finds out right away she hasn't told him anything about Cotton. I'm like, oh, jeez, okay. And then she said, you know what? I thought it should come from you. At the time, I said, well, that sounds good. That sounds good. That was, yeah, that's good. But as we move through, that wasn't good. That wasn't good. That was shady as fuck because that bitch knew what kind of child she had. She knew what type of environment this child had actually been raised up in. She knew some of this child's viewpoints on certain things. When she dropped that motherfucking baby off, she dropped him off. This little boy was on some whole hyper masculine, too grown ass shit. I said, oh my gosh, why? First of all, why would you do that to your child? Second of all, it was kind of shady to do it to Con. They should have done this together. It should have been done together, and she should have actually talked to her child because you know your child. Um, and he was like, he came in, he looks like this little sweet little boy, this little bastard, honey. I said, look at him, honey. I'm a boss. He was very, very hyper masculine. I said, okay, little boy, but whatever. So, Cotton ends up speaking to him because he was really cutting up and putting his feet on the table and just out of order, just out of order. The little ghetto little boy, and Miss Bruce, he basically had like it was that kind of contention for her. You know, Cotton, he can't tell the difference. He just thinks she's a chick. But he gave Miss Bruce one of them. And Miss Bruce was like, child, I will be smacking his ass right about now. And Miss Bruce got up and walked on out. Cotton started talking to him. She's telling him, listen. She starts explaining to him about being a man and being a man is not being loud and being, all of this negative shit he had going on. Um, and he asked her, well, what would you know about being a man? She got opened the door, honey, and Miss Bruce was like, I'm out, bitch. I'm out of here. She goes in, she explains everything to him. And he literally got up and walked away. Then told her, you can't be my daddy because all my friends are going to laugh at me. I ain't got it to do, bitch. And I'm like, understandable. All of that's understandable. All of that right there. But then he basically ended up telling her, and you know what? I'm going to tell my mother not to bring me over here no more. Don't bring me nowhere around y'all no more. I said, even that's understandable too. All that's like I ain't blaming the little boy, not at all. This is all on his mother, for real. For real, for real. This is on his mother. You knew what type of child you had. You knew what type of environment you had been raising this child in. And you pretty much, I know my kids. I don't know about anybody else, but I know my goddamn kids. I don't know how you sit around with a child, especially not that age. He's like preteen. You, I know my kids. And I know how they're going to react to things. And I know the shit that's going to come out of their mouth. And I know when I need to be there to be the one to pop their ass. You don't just leave them on nobody that... Because I know she would probably have a fit if somebody were to discipline him. Because obviously this is the environment he's been in. He's been allowed to react and talk and be all ghetto and carrying on and too damn grown. He's allowed to do these things. So surely you don't want nobody chastising him about being that way. So you should have had your black ass there with him. But whatever. He ends up sitting over there and then right in the midst of all of that, you know, the man upstairs, he has a real funny sense of humor. He will humble your ass just as quick and let you know you ain't grown, honey. This little boy ended up having a seizure. He ends up having a seizure. He's foaming at the mouth and carrying on. I said, welcome to parenthood, Cotton. Welcome to parenthood. Even when they hurt your feelings a little bit, even when they ain't acting the way that you would wish that they would happen, child still turns around. You always got to take care of them, honey. And he will humble them and sit their ass down to where your good grown up ass has to step in. Shit, step in. Fuck all that other shit that's going on. They get to call the ambulance and all of this. So this is all going on. I said, okay, so whatever. I don't know where this whole storyline is going. It's interesting. It's interesting. And again, I truly don't fault the little boy. I don't fault the little boy at all. I really don't. That mother, bitch, clowning. Anyway, um, just a whole mess. And then, waited all this time. Child, don't get me started. There's so many dynamics to this bitch. Little boy done been in the world 900 years, and here you come looking for a father later. What was that about anyway? You would never look for a father if he hadn't asked for him? Whatever. Again, there's a whole lot of little layers to that, but whatever. So, speaking of parenting, Alex. Alex gets to New Orleans, and well, first of all, let's just talk about getting to New Orleans. They get to New Orleans, and it's no sooner than they get off the bus, they're right in the midst of gay pride. You see Noah walking around rolling his eyes, and just real, not a good look. Noah, not a good look at all. Especially with what you're there for. You're selling yourself for this endorsement deal. You don't know who's who. You don't know who's watching. And for the company to be there at Gay Pride would say that they have some LGBTQ type of affiliation. So this behavior that you're distributing, like I said, you don't know who's watching. You don't know who the players are. You're about to fuck yourself up. But whatever, though, because you can't tell you nothing because you're broken. You're broken. And we found that out in this episode. So they get off the bus, and then there's a bomb threat. There's somebody's called in and made bomb threats. Just the whole gay, the whole gay pride thing in general. People were threatening the celebration and all that. So they basically took all of Midtown artists were supposed to be sequestered into the hotel. Y'all get y'all's ass in the hotel. But of course nobody stayed in the hotel. They all do what they want to do because they're all wild dogs. So they still end up venturing out and getting into trouble. Everybody that ventured out got into a little bit of trouble. But anyway, right when they get there, they look up. Noah, not Noah, Lord. Yeah, Noah and Alex are in the room. Child, get ready to get busy. And pops Mrs. Crane. She comes, she shows up. Alex is like, "What the hell? What are you doing here?" She said, your dad was supposed to tell you that I was coming down here to meet you. This, that, and the other. Daddy ain't told her nothing because Daddy been busy as usual. Here, he didn't got wound up and there's been a sex tape dropped with him and some woman, and the woman is trying to blackmail him and all of this. Honey, and Mrs. Crane said, I'm done. I'm not drinking. I want a divorce. She's looking at Noah. She's like, well, what is going on with him? Why is he here? What's going on? She's like, oh no, we're actually a thing now. She's like, I thought that was all for pretend. She's like, no, it's not. It's that we're actually a thing. She would say, he's just like your dad, honey. She's like, no, he's not. Girl, he's a carbon copy of your father. She's like, no, whatever. Later on, they were supposed to be going to a ball. There was a ball that Miss Bruce was hosting. So everybody was supposed to go to the ball. All the girls actually ended up going to the ball, and I'll talk about the boys in a second. But all the girls that went to the ball, and they get over there. Alex forced her mom to go to the ball with her too. She's like, "You need to learn how to have fun. Stop being so stiff and everything's not about what went on with you and my dad. Some things are different. You got to learn how to just chill out." So she goes on over to the ball. They end up having a good time at the ball. But during the ball, her mother leaves with a bottle of liquor. I said, "Oh, this drunk bitch." So I was like, okay. Sure enough, after that, I told you all the boys hung back. Noah is actually in the shower, getting out the shower, and he goes and gets in the bed and he kissing on her and carrying on. Child comes out and turn around. It ain't even Alex. It's her mammy in the bed. Talking about, yes, darling. This, that thing, and the other. And right as all that's going down, here come Alex. Coming in the damn door. Child. So I thought Alex was going to snap out and all of this, but Alex was like, no. He's like, it's not what you think. It's not what you think. She's like, I know. This is what she does. She told her, you get your ass up and get your drunken ass out of here. Get out. She couldn't even leave. Bitch was so tore up. She drunk, sliding down the motherfucking wall. I said, oh, you drunk bitch. Old drunk sloppy bitch. I said, look at her. Fucking whore. And then trying to fuck Noah. But Alex didn't actually get mad at Noah. She knew what was kind of going down. Again, she knew her mama's a whore. And her mother was being spiteful and ridiculous and going to prove herself right. But she wasn't. So all of that went down. Right before that went on, there was this whole little thing where Star and Noah had a whole talk. And Star was telling him, you need to stop tripping. You need to stop tripping. I don't know what your whole thing is with this gay thing, but you need to stop tripping. Noah ends up telling her the story about the fact that his father, he had the issues because his father was on the DL. He left his mom and him for a man. And all of that actually had came out because there was actually a confrontation They're always having it out. Like I always said, Andy's an asshole. Andy and Noah got into a confrontation in front of everybody, and Andy blurted out, "Oh yeah, when I was doing that other job, you're doing my internship, and Yana had me do a real thorough background check on you before we even signed you, and I know that is your dad's a fag, and maybe that's why you acting the way you acting. What is it? The apple don't fall too far from the tree. Is that it? Child, you shouldn't have said that because Noah beat Andy's ass. He beat his ass. Andy's an asshole, a complete asshole, and he's still walking around calling that damn calling Star a whore and shit. I'm like, he needs it. Somebody will have to get him and stomp him out. Cause he literally, she said, I've never been to the Big Easy. He gonna say, isn't that what they all call you, Big Easy? I said, oh, you know what? Girl, beat his. Somebody gonna beat his ass. Well, Noah did. Noah whooped his ass. So that was that whole thing. Like I said, and then all the guys got together. They stayed back, and they supposedly squashed the beef. But they were like, Andy, what is the problem? Like, what's your issue? And he's just, he was standing still on his shit. Like, well, it is what it is. People treat him bad because that's the way it is. People say ignorant gay stuff because that's just what it is. It's like, see, that's why you get your ass whooped. That's the part that they didn't teach you because they do that to boys in our community, in the black community. That's one thing that I know for a fact because I've lived it. They learn this as we're growing up that they could say any old thing to you. They could try to treat you any old kind of way that they want, and it ain't no real big deal. And there's no repercussions about bothering the gay kids. The only thing that they don't tell you about is that all of us don't run and hide, and that some of us will beat your motherfucking ass. And that's the part that they don't get. And then you end up with the mothers that are mad because their son's been beat the fuck up and all of that kind of stuff. All that little stuff. I went through all that little stuff. Like, honey, I ain't giving y'all the whole story. I ain't for that shit. I will beat your fucking ass. So, same thing with Andy. Andy didn't get that part of the lesson, and he got that good ass whooping down to the NOLA at the gay pride, honey. Ain't nothing worse than getting your ass whooped at gay pride, honey. But anyway, so that was that. That was all going on. Oh, another thing. Noah ended up getting Star together about her always running and not wanting to do this and not wanting to do that. She's always running, fucking everybody, but never wanting to let people get close. So they actually talked, and he told her, you need to go ahead on and stop with all that and go ahead on and if you like the little guy, be with the guy Jackson's who we're talking about. She finally went ahead and screwed him, and then he doing pillow talk and asked her about a song. She got all bent out of shape and was like, "Oh, so you did all of this because you wanted to try to get me to present you a song, give you trying to ride my coattail," and that's what Noah was like. It ain't got to be all that. Everybody want to try to get on. He said, "Remember, you did it to try to get on. You fucked me trying to get on, bitch." I said, "Oh, he did. Yeah, he got you, bitch. Got you there." So all of that. That's that. So okay, yeah. Let's see where we at. Okay, got all that out. Okay, so that's Star Jackson in that little situation. Simone. Speaking of sex, Simone and Angel having a whole issue. Okay, Simone doesn't want to come out and tell Angel. See, Angel was under the impression that Simone is this lesbian and that she has never had sex with a man. Well, we all know that. Well, she hasn't actually had sex with a man. She's been molested by her stepfather. So he's like, "Oh, I want your first time to be special, this, that, and the other." She's basically avoiding it. She's just not ready. And he's thinking, "Oh, yeah, we're going to be down in New Orleans. I'm going to pop that cherry, honey. This is like they giving us a free damn honeymoon." And he just couldn't get with it. And they end up going back and forth, and they're outside. Well, when they get to going back and forth, and he said something to her, and she smacked him, and they were arguing, baby. And the next thing you know, the police come up, put him in handcuffs, got his ass sitting on the goddamn curb, and then they go run his ID. And it was awesome old shit with Simone. I said, Simone. Okay, so we all know he's illegal. Okay, he ain't all what he cracked up to be, but everything came back cool, and they lucked by the skin of their teeth. They lucked up, and everything was all right. They told them, "Listen, if you folks are going to be having an argument, to have the argument. That's fine." They were like decent cops, you know. Said if you're gonna have the argument, but don't be having it outside, because y'all mess around and try to get locked up. I was like, okay. And then he had told someone, I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, this, that, the other. He's like, I don't have this to do. I don't have you to do. If you don't want to be with me, we're gonna just not be together. But we're not gonna do this right here where we put me into jeopardy. Because I could have been in the back of the car and nobody ever see me again. So no, I'm not gonna play this game with you, Simone. And he walked the fuck on off from her and left her alone. And he's right. But then again, I mean, you chasing after her, she's broken. She another broken ass that'll have your life all fucked up, and you didn't do nothing wrong. Um, and I can't even fault her. She don't know better. Her shit's fucked up. She's fucked up. He's fucked up. Everything's fucked up. So I says, okay, cool, no problem. So that's them too. Okay, so then we see Ayana actually having a meeting with Gigi. Y'all remember Gigi? Kiki Palmer's character. Come to find out, she is the one. She is one of the people who Charles Lloyd actually tried. He did molest her. He violated her when she was 18 years old. Um, and Ayana's telling her, you know what? Go ahead and speak. It's time to go ahead and speak. Time's up. Go speak. And she's like in this whole position where she's like, I really don't want to speak because I don't want to screw everything up. I came, as she told him, I came here to Midtown with the intention of spitting in your father's face. But then when I seen that it was run by a woman, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't speak out because I don't want to ruin your livelihood by taking the company down about him and his bullshit. So Ayana's like, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Fuck this company. It's not about this company. Now that's just, as a woman, it just is what it is. Um, Hayo overheard the conversation, came back, and he approached her, and he told her, I'm really, really sorry, this, that, and the other. She's like, she went off on him, went off on him, like, what did you get off on knowing it? And this, that, and the other. And he's like, no, not at all. He's like, I'm sorry, maybe I shouldn't even said that to you. And then, she apologized, and then she went ahead and told him the story. Well, when she was telling Hayo the story, Ayana actually overheard and came in, and that's what she told her. You do what you need to do, because she didn't know all the details of the story. Once she heard all of what her dad did, she told you need to do what you need to do. Don't worry about this shit. So that was like real deep. I said, okay, cool. Um, and that was it. She didn't decide to actually do it until after they came back from New Orleans, and she had to sit down with Simone. And Simone told her, I understand. And she said, well, wait a minute. Did Charles bother you? She said, no, it wasn't him, but I have been violated, but it wasn't by him. And you feel like you're alone. You feel like, you don't. And that was Gigi's like, I don't want people looking at me like a victim. She's like, I understand that. She's like, and you're not the only one. That's what you need to know, that you're not the only one. And saying what you have to say is probably going to help some other people. So she's like, that's it. She made a phone call to, I guess, her publicist and said, you know what, time's up, bitch. That's it. So that was that. Um, Oh, at the ball too. Miss Bruce actually did a real groovy version that was so very much Miss Lawrence to Diana Ross and Saw the Boss. It was hot. It was hot. It really, really was. And Alex was tearing up the runway. Alex was like star of the ball, honey. She was getting it down to the ball. um, anyway, what ended up happening whenever, like I told y'all, you never know who's watching and all of that. Here it was, the company actually did come to Carlotta to make a deal on the endorsement. But it wasn't Noah. They didn't want Noah. They ended up wanting Alex. Alex stuck out to them, and they told her they wanted Alex. And Noah was like, oh, that'll be great. It's fine. He put up the good face. And I was like, I know you ain't this strong. Sure enough, he didn't get mad at Alex, but he started drinking. I said, oh, God, here we go. Okay, so we got that out the way. Last thing. Oh, no, there's two more. Natalie and Carlotta. Natalie still having that little friction with Carlotta. in all of this, and she's doing some like backhanded stuff. Maurice knows about it. She getting a kickback from the security company. She just like siphoning money and just being out of order, and it's gonna fall down on Carlotta, and her artists, and fuck them over. She gonna make some money. Maurice gonna make some money, and fuck Carlotta. And she's seeing the two of them talking, and he told her, "I don't want Carlotta hurt." And then they went into this whole sex thing. He didn't went and had sex with her. He didn't agree to fuck around and all that. Carlotta seen it. Later in the program, Carlotta approached him once they got back from New Orleans. She approached him and basically let him know that she knew. And then she right hooked the shit out of Maurice's ass. I said, fucked him up Queen Latifah style. Sure did. I said, come on, Dana. She tore him up. So that was that. That's it for Maurice. Thank goodness. Goodbye. Because I wasn't feeling him. Bye with your pretty self, honey. Last thing. Miss Ruby, bitch. Now you know you are out of order. Out of order. There was this whole little conversation that Derek had with Miss Bruce saying your grandmother is like she running the UPS shed over there, honey. They coming every other day bringing shit. She got an 80-inch screen TV and all this shit. Just steady buying shit. And he said, where'd she get that money? He's like, I don't know, child. I don't have no idea. Come to find out, Miss Ruby done took and cashed his check, got his money, and run around spending it like it's hers. I said, where do I know this story from? Boy, I could tell y'all stories. Anyway, but yeah, spending the money and then going to talk some shit. I said, Miss Ruby, bitch, you're out of order. She'll tell, oh, so the crippled ain't so crippled anymore because he said, you got my check? You spending my check? She'll say, oh, I took you in. And then I had your crippled ass keeping you together and all of this. Yeah, all of that is nice, Miss Ruby, but that don't give you access to his check, bitch, because you ain't went one day without being able to walk, bitch. How do you see people? That's that fucked up shit. I'm soapboxing. I don't give a fuck what niceties you did, Miss Ruby. Bitch, you ain't did no more than what you was supposed to do. Because I don't know if anybody had told you, bitch, you're his grandmother. You're his grandmother, Miss Ruby. You stepped in and took that child and wanted to raise that child like it was yours because you are his grandmother, the mother of his father. Grandmother, bitch. That is a parenting role. When the parents don't, the grandparents do, bitch. That's how black people live. That's how we do things. Miss Ruby, bitch. And that doesn't mean that whatever happens with this child, that it benefits you. It only benefits you if they let you be benefited by it, or if they want to let it benefit you. But don't nobody owe you shit, Miss Ruby, bitch, because you did what grandmothers do. And bitch, you were out of order to be spending his check like it was yours. He's the one that was in the car accident. He's the one that dealt with all the pain. He's the one that's going through rehab to get himself to walk again. Bitch, you walk around here drinking beer and smoking weed and getting fucked up. So what gives you the right to be spending money that ain't yours, bitch? And it ain't even gotta be a right and wrong thing. Legally, bitch, it's wrong. Because if he were to make a phone call, bitch, they'll come pick you up, Miss Ruby. They'll come pick you up, bitch, and lock your ass up for insurance fraud. So, no, it ain't about right and wrong. Bitch, it's wrong. It's wrong. Miss Ruby, bitch. I was just getting to like you a little bit. Now, bitch, you out of order. Whore. And then when he told her, I'm out of here. I'm moving. I'm gone. Oh, no. No, 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 no. You don't have to leave. Yeah, bitch. The income's going out the door. Because you with that fuck shit. I was trying to make the place nice. No, bitch. You were spending the money like it was yours. The fuck out of here, Miss Ruby, bitch. Getting off my soapbox. Put on full bammit. And I will see y'all next week. Oh, last thing. I know I said it was last thing. Last thing. Carlotta's red wig was nice, y'all. That's the best wig she had on since this goddamn show been on the air. That was a nice wig, Carlotta, bitch. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all next week.